I used to have these very hectic periods with the mind. My mind had its favorite topics to bring forward and then chew on it again and again, projecting what I should be worrying about, what I should be afraid of regarding that particular topic. It was very exhausting. It was just running the scenarios over and over again, talking a lot of nonsense. And it is exhausting, because in the very beginning, I basically thought that every word my mind was telling you was true. I believed the mind. I believe what the mind is telling me is true. So it was kind of dragging me from one place to another, like, what is going to happen if, what if? It is exhausting. And it is irritating. And you kind of want to get rid of it. It's a resistance. Go away. No, not this topic again. Oh, not this chatter again. Go away, go away, go away. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. I was so much fed up with this. But there was a point when I kind of said, if you want to play this game, I'm in. You can say whatever you want. Anything can arise in my mind. You can say whatever you want. Let's do it like this. And then let's see what happens. I'm open to discover if whatever you are saying, if whatever the mind is saying is true or not. And I actually went towards the fear my mind was projecting. I went towards that. One of my favorite scenarios, one of my favorite topics was that anxiety will be a huge obstacle in my profession. And sooner or later, there will be a moment when I will faint in front of a group, and it will be the biggest shame in my life. And I remember how often the mind was bringing this topic forward for me, bringing this topic up for me. And I said, okay, let's see, if this has to happen, let it happen. If this is my faith, if this is the scenario that is true, if this is what should happen, let it happen. And you know what? I kept on following these fears in many situations. I kept on putting myself in situations where my mind said, this is going to happen there. You are going to end up doing this and this and this. And I went all the way along to see if that fear is really in that particular situation or not. You know what I found? Nothing what my mind was telling me is true. Nothing of that ever happened. Nothing of that ever happened. The mind is bluffing. So that was a kind of a new chapter in my life, because I said, go ahead. Whatever you say, you can say whatever you want. I'm here. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to even discover. Whatever you say, it's okay. Because I had the confidence that it is bluffing. So what happens is the mind starts to get even more fighting and bringing up really horrific stories. But initially it reveals itself that I was bluffing, because I believe that's one of the main goals of this process, to have an understanding that first, everything that arising in mind is okay. Lean into that. Allow everything to happen. I think that's teaching of the mind on the spiritual path that will contribute to a lot other awakenings. So everything that arises in mind is absolutely okay. And the second one is, it is bluffing for you to realize that it is a bluff. Mind is a bluff. For you to realize that mind isn't the one to rely on. There is something else you have overlooked. And there's something else you can rely on, because mind is very hectic. It's very changing all the time, and it's not reliable. It's not consistent. There's something else that is consistent, that is reliable, that is not changing, that will be your main guideline. These are the teachings mind is guiding you towards with these actions. At least this is my experience. So none of whatever my mind has been telling me was ever true. None of that ever happened. No scenario my mind ever told me that this and this is going to happen if you do this and this was actually happening. It was all fake. It was all bluffing. It was only just the mind's chatter. It was only imagination. It was only a play in my head. As one of my colleagues once said, full throttle in no gear. In neutral gear. Full throttle in neutral gear. That's what's happened. So fear, yeah, that's interesting. What is fear? I remember I saw a documentary a couple of years ago, and there was somebody who said that fear is basically an abbreviation saying false evidence appearing real. I found that very beautiful because it describes it perfectly. Thank you very much for watching. If you have anything to add to this video, I would love to hear you in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.